What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Lori Harvey once again. Her and Damson Idris have made it official. They have called it quits in their relationship. This is something that I saw happening for months. There was a rumor out months ago, where there was a breakup rumor, but her and him basically said that's not true, right? Only 4 months later, it to be proven that they are not together anymore. I want to say this. We all know that Lori Harvey is not thinking about long-term relationships with anybody. So why did people think this would last long is beyond me. Also, I want to let people know that when you look at Lori Harvey, she does not like to be ignored. She does not like for people to think that she's irrelevant. And let's be real, this relationship has been very irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. No one has really cared about how the relationship has been going. And I think that has bothered Lori. That's why you saw her, out at restaurants where it just so happened for Quavo to be there, right? Just so happens that Quavo's there, right? And now this happens. I think this was something that was going to happen for quite some time. And I truly believe that Damson Idris probably said, you know what, we just need to end this. I think that he was probably the main reason why this relationship ended now. And as of recently, both of them arrived to Odell Beckham Jr.'s party separate. And she's showing up, as I can show here, she's showing up dressed like this. She's showing up at the party trying to get as much attention as possible because she's single now. I think her and Damson have probably been separated for a little while now, but they've made it publicly official now. And he's at the party, she's there, and she's dressed like this because she's looking for her next victim. I mean, her next boyfriend. And again, she has tried and failed to replace Michael B. Jordan. At the end of the day, that relationship was Hollywood black royalty. Okay, it was Hollywood black royalty, and nobody can convince me otherwise. I mean, everybody was interested and was really dialed into that relationship, but she wasn't dialed into that relationship, and it ended up not working out. Michael B. Jordan moved on with his life. She moved on to Damson Idris. She thought that by getting with him that it would replace Michael B. Jordan. It never did. You know, Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan. And no matter who she got with, it wasn't going to replace him. And I think that she overestimated how much it was him in that relationship more so than it was her. Look at when she was dating Future. When she was dating Future, that relationship was very viral. You know why? It wasn't because of her. It was because of Future. Future was the reason why that relationship was viral. Why people was invested. Just like with Michael B. Jordan, people were invested in that relationship because of him. Not because of her, but because of him. Lori is who she is because of who her father is, her stepfather is, and who the men that she dates are. Nobody's invested in Lori Harvey. Okay, there's thousands upon thousands of Lori Harveys out here. You see them every year. There's always a new it girl that people cling on to. And we're at the point to where she's on the back end of that. And she's getting close to just being just another pretty face. And I don't think she can deal with that. And I think that, honestly, I think Damson wanted out back in March. That's when I initially did my video of them breaking up. But I think she talked him into staying and putting out these photos of themselves doing things when neither one of them really wanted to be in it. You know, she didn't get what she needed when they first got together. That buzz came and went very quickly. And I think that has bothered Lori. You see them out together. They're posting photos like this. And, you know, he's getting mocked on social media. People saying, you know, his contract was up. You know, she's looking for somebody else. But she's been downgrading. Who else is she going to downgrade to? Lori is not who she thinks she is. I just want people to understand that Lori is not who she thinks she is. She thinks that she's one of the baddest chicks ever, and that's just not the case. That's just not the case. And I think that she's really going to end up pricing herself out of the market unless she decides to settle down. See, a lot of these women want to wait until they're in their 40s or even 50s to find somebody to settle down with, and that never works out. It never works out. They'll end up on a YouTube channel trying to speed date on a YouTube channel or on some podcast talking about how bad men are. No, you just wasted your best years getting slurred out. You know, no disrespect, but that's what's going on here. And I believe Damson Idris wanted out that relationship back then, but I think he stayed in it because of her. Because his relationships were never public. Like, he's always had private relationships. And I have no doubt that Damson wants to go back to having a private relationship. This was like his first real public relationship. He hasn't really been well known for that long. But still, I think he would prefer to have more of a private relationship than a public one. Lori is all about public. She needs that public relationship in order to boost herself. This is why she got with guys like Future, even though everybody probably was telling her, I don't think that's the best thing, but she got with him anyway because she wants to boost herself up. But what happens when you've been with all these men? What do you have left, right? What do you have left? Because women got to understand there's always going to be another attractive young woman who is getting the attention that she was getting, who's dating the men that she was dating. What happens then? That's what we really have to look into, right? And the fact is that you have women like Lori Harvey who have been told probably most of her life that she's gonna grow up and she's gonna be like her mother and date a rich, famous man and do that. And she's taken it as her career is to date famous men and get clout from it. And I just want people to understand that I believe Damson wanted out of this. I think he's wanted out for months, but he stayed in it with her because it was all about boosting her up. You guys have got to stop dating these women based off of what these women want. You should want your own happiness. You should want a relationship that is not all over the blogs, right? Where your girlfriend is mysteriously at the same restaurant as another famous rapper, and there's reports that she ate lunch with this same person, and then wants to get on social media saying, well, they're still in a relationship. Like, you don't want to have to be in that situation where the woman that you're with is so obsessed with clout, so obsessed with staying in the blogs that she's putting out information to make it seem like all these men are still trying to get her, even though she's in a relationship with you. I think Damson had enough. People can say whatever they want. I believe Damson Idris been wanted out of this, but he stayed in it because of her. I believe she talked him into staying, and he stayed. That's why this breakup is official, because I don't think he wants to be with her anymore, and I think she's ready to move on to somebody more that she feels like is more famous, that's going to help keep her name out there. But ultimately, what you see from a lot of these women is downgrading. You don't see them upgrading. You see a lot of downgrading. And I truly believe that that's what's going to happen. You know, anything could happen. You know, she could end up hooking up with somebody who's very successful. You know, somebody that wants to put her as a notch under their belt. There's a lot of successful men that will love a chance to date her. It won't be anything like long term. It will just be something that they could say, hey, I dated her. Do you really want to be that woman that you done been with all these different men, right? And a lot of these men know each other. A lot of these men are in the same circles. They go to the same parties or at the same events, award shows, right? In the same group chats. And the number one thing they have in common is that they've been with Lori Harvey. And let's not, you know, the discussion of the men that we don't know that she hooked up with. I did a video on my BasikSocialPoliticz channel, which you should be subscribed to. BasikSocialPoliticz with Jaye the Black. And there was a guy by the name of Prince who's on the Love and Hip Hop Miami show. I don't know if he's still on there, but he was. He talked about how he was hooking up with Lori Harvey back when she was quote unquote thick. He's not that famous. You know, he's not a well-known celebrity. He's been on a reality show, but he's talking about hooking up with you. So what about the guys that we don't know about? That's where we're at with this. That's where this. But I truly believe that Damson Idris wanted out of this relationship. I truly do. I think he been wanted out, and I think she kept him in it. And now I guess she's ready to move on. Now she's ready to sort of move on from this relationship. This relationship was doomed at the start, because when she wasn't able to replicate what she had with Michael B. Jordan, it was a wrap. It really was. And ain't no telling who. I'm pretty sure she's already chosen who she wants to be with. Because a lot of times when women leave a relationship officially, there's always some guy in the background that you don't know about that she has been waiting to put in that particular situation. Another year-long relationship or shorter that's going to end with her breaking up with them and then showing up at the same party separately, you know, wearing see-through pants, right? Trying to soak up as much tension as possible. That's where we are with Lori. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, Patreon. I'll see y'all next one.